This used to be a normal walk for me, a normal walk for so many of us, to just come into the shul, to come into the synagogue for services, for a class, and unfortunately, we don't have that right now. When this started, when the pandemic started many months ago, I was once walking in the park and somebody approached me. They saw that I was a religious person and they approached me and they asked me, "What's the message?" He didn't know I was a rabbi, he knew I was religious. "What's the message? What's going on here?" And I don't know if there's one particular message, and I don't know what exactly the message is. But I have to tell you, as I go to my seat, I told him that one thing's clear. We're not in control. We're definitely not in control. And God is telling us something, and we have to realize that we're not in control. Veyeitzeh Yaakov. This week's Parsha is Parashat Veyeitzeh. And Yaakov leaves. He's leaving his home, he's leaving his parents, and he's running away. He's really running away from his brother who's running after him, who wants to eventually kill him. And the Kli Yakar, one of our classic commentators, he explains Veyeitzeh Yaakov. Yaakov wants to leave, and he thinks he's never going to come back. He thinks he's leaving his family for good. And he's on his own. He's all alone. The uncertainty is clearly there. Yaakov makes one stop, a long stop, for 14 years. For 14 years, he goes to the house of Shem and Aver, to the study halls where he would study the Torah. And he was there for 14 years, and our rabbis teach us that it was a perfect place for him. He didn't sleep there, meaning he had such clarity while he was there. And then it was time for him to leave. And he left, and that moment, after 14 years, our rabbi said he didn't sleep while he was there. There was so much clarity. And now all of a sudden, once he left, he all of a sudden went to sleep. It was dark. It was lonely. He was in an environment which he's not used to. It was outside of the study halls. And he went to sleep. And what did he do? When he woke up, he prayed. He davened. Our rabbis teach us that there are different types of prayers. There's the prayer of Avram. Avram davened, and he davened Shacharis, the morning prayer, when there's clarity, when the sun is out, when it's bright. Yitzchak, he taught us of the prayer of Mincha, the afternoon service, when in the busyness of the day, one still has to stop and pray. And Yaakov taught us the tefillah of Mariv, of the night prayer, of when it's dark, when it's lonely, when it's dangerous, when it's so unclear and we don't know what is happening and when things will change. He taught us that we still have to pray. And so prayer is about connection. It's about a conversation. It's about talking to God. It's about transcending. It's beyond this world. But prayer is also reflective. It's about looking in. It's meditating. It's understanding that we're not in control, that God is in control, and God is in charge. And it's directing us towards a specific mission. Prayer tells us what we should focus on, that we have to be in control of ourselves, understand that there are things that we can control and things that we cannot control, and to focus on what we could control and on our mission in life. And so we learn from Yaakov that during this time period, during this very difficult time period, of a lack of clarity, of darkness, of confusion, that we still must pray, even if we're not here in our place, but when we're at home, it is so necessary during this time to pray, to remember that we're not in control, but that God is watching over us and that eventually, hopefully very soon, we will be able to return back to our home, back to the synagogue. Shabbat Shalom.